Let's get to emails, Lewis. Is this a good time for emails?
I think we should do that.
Okay. You can email us, of course, but you can also send messages on Twitter, Facebook, YouTube, wherever you want. On the Switchblade drones that we talked about yesterday that would allegedly result in far fewer civilian casualties, don't think for a minute that these things won't be used inside the U.S. eventually. How will the drone know a sniper from a nearby civilian hiding from the sniper? Lots of questions, not so many answers. That's a very good question.
Yeah, well, I mean, I guess you have to have faith in the intelligence, in the cameras, and in the people using them.
Well, as we know from the Obama administration policy, if you are an able-bodied male between 18 and whatever, you are in a war zone or in an area of conflict or tension or whatever these areas are identified as, you are by definition not just a civilian. So I think it's maybe a question that is irrelevant, at least according to the definition we've heard now.
Could be.
And I have no problem with drones. I have a problem with the people giving the drones their orders. Old people and new technology don't mix well. You know, we don't know that much about who controls these drones. I know there's a lot of young soldiers that control them. At the same time, would you really want the judgment of someone who's 19 flying one of these drones versus someone who's maybe 45?
I'd rather have the eyes of someone who's 19.
Is that right?
Wouldn't you?
But what about their decision-making ability?
They're taking orders. Someone's giving them the order to kill with it.
Right, but they're deciding who to kill.
No, I don't think it works that way.
All right, well, we can't get into it. I think there's a broad variety of situations, and there's a lot of different latitude that exists with these things.
Right.
Lewis is right on the fact that you can't stop technological innovation and that this is the future, but he should have added that the future is bleak. When your choice is between killing less or more instead of none at all, then you're in a dark place. Oh, yeah, welcome to the U.S. military-industrial complex.
I guess so.
On our Paul Cameron interview, which is doing very well online, yes, it's difficult to get research subjects for stuff like this. That was a transparent dodge of the question at hand. He was just trying to blame his dishonesty on a real difficulty. Another message, what we have here is very typical of religious research studies conducted for the purposes of furthering a religious agenda. They look at the data they want to promote and ignore everything to the contrary. Some call it cherry picking. I call it lying. I would call cherry picking a form of lying.
It's sort of. It's skewing things. It's using the information you want to use. It's not directly lying.
It's lying by omission.
Right.
All right. On today's bonus show, hundreds of animals found in a home, an incredible case of animal hoarding. We'll talk to Lewis about whether he could sometimes become an animal hoarder, whether he could ever become an animal hoarder. We'll talk about that. We'll talk about the military riot testing involving civilians and plenty more. We have a survey up on our Twitter and Facebook pages that we are asking our audience to take. It's just kind of a demographic survey to help us get a sense of who's listening and where you're listening. Please check it out. We want to get at least 250 responses over the weekend. Find that at facebook.com/David Pakman Show. We'll talk to you on the bonus show and then see you next week. DavidPakman.com/Netroots, available for just 24 more hours, Lewis. Sign up for that Netroots Nation membership special. It's going away. Save 2012 or get a free t-shirt. We'll talk to you Monday.
The David Pakman Show at davidpakman.com.